Thank you for staying with us. Now we have we're going to the classroom, and we're going to be looking at work ethics. Having the right attitude and dedication to work is a very important part of being successful in one's chosen career. Today we're going to look at why it is necessary to have good work ethics, good, strong work ethics. We have with us an architect and a plumbing coach and trainer. Yes, you heard that right. An architect and a plumbing coach and trainer, Ovie Benitier. Good morning.
Good morning, Adela.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I stressed that because being an architect is, yes, I'm an architect in my country, of course. I'm an architect. But then you add plumbing coach and trainer. How did that come about, sir?
Very interesting. I supervised the building of a structure that cost factually close to £1 billion. And 2 weeks into habitation, we started breaking walls because we had to open up the walls, leakages everywhere. The tiles came in from Italy, the wall tiles came in from Italy, at great expense. And once you start breaking wall tiles, it means you are going to have to retire the entire bathroom. So, and the cost for the plumbing works in that house cost close to anything between 60 and 70 million. So the humongous gap became apparent. Skilled artisanship simply had gone to the dogs. Something needed to be done about reviving, because we're just throwing money down.
In other words, the people who had done the initial work did not have the correct kind of work ethic.
Absolutely correct.
So, how does one go about having that mindset where you have what we will call a good and strong work ethic so that you do your work to a place where you can hold your head high with pride and say, I did that job. That's my handiwork.
It's simple. First of all, we need to define what work is. Then define what ethic is. And then marry
the two.
Now, work is mental or physical activity being carried out to achieve a set goal or purpose. Now, ethic is, a system of right and wrong values that we live by. So work ethics is an activity of mental or physical, activity carried out with either the wrong or right value systems. That's work ethics. Once you don't have a proper definition of work, and you don't have a proper definition of ethics, disaster. Now, work is meant for a goal. What is that goal? That primary goal is service. Service. Doing something for somebody else. That's what service is. That's what work is. Now, what do you get paid for? You get paid for work. Nobody gives you money for not doing anything, right? Now, a carry on to the doing something for somebody is doing it properly and well. So, somebody with bad work ethic is somebody who doesn't have time consciousness. Is somebody who doesn't have a spirit of excellence. Somebody who has good work ethics is an honorable person. Is a diligent person. Is a person who knows that the little that I'm doing is contributing to the overall goal. Now, a bad work ethic is what is in it for me? Terrible work ethic. What is in it for me? Once what is in it for me is
Comes
not
first.
what I want, then that's it. I'm not going to do excellent work. I'm never ever going to do what I will take ownership of. That's what work ethic is.
Okay, so in a situation where we talk about nationhood and nation building, what's the business with building a nation, leadership, and work ethics?
Right. Now, Human Development Index is an elaboration of the product of work ethics. Now, a company cannot produce good goods with employees that have bad work ethics. Now, every segment of the nation is made up of a little company here, a tailoring outfit there, a conglomerate there. Now, Jim Collins wrote a book called Good to Great. Employ people with good ethics and teach them what you want them to do. Skills, as important as they are subordinate to ethics.
Skills are subordinate to ethics.
Yes.
We'll pick it up from there. We'll come back from this break. Please stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. Now, before we went on that break, Mr. Benito was talking about the fact that he says skill is second to ethics. Am I correct?
Yes, you're correct.
So how does that apply to leadership or nation building?
Now, the leader drives the narrative in any sphere. Nation, the president drives the narrative. State, the governor drives the narrative. Family, the father drives the parents drive the narrative. Now, our moral fabric comes on display the moment we become leaders. What we demonstrate, everybody takes cue from. Absolutely, So our work ethics are driven. We have found ourselves here in Nigeria today because our moral compass is predicated on our values. Our values are predicated on our belief systems. Those of us who are Christians, we know it. We are, first of all, Igbo, Ishekiri, Urobo, and then Christian. So we have traditional marriage, and then we have Christian marriage. Now, what is our moral compass? Our moral compass is what defines our work ethics. Now, some cultures say where you work is where you eat. What does that translate to?
Workshop.
Workshop. Okay, shop, because in Warri we don't pronounce CH as ch. So it's shop. Where you work is where you shop. Now, that has driven Nigeria into the doldrums. GDP of Nigeria and Korea in the 60s were about at par. Today, because of the right work ethics in South Korea, their GDP is in the trillions. Ours is still in the thousands. That's how powerful work ethics of leadership is. Now, when you take conglomerates, where you have people, who run these big companies, and they go and headhunt for leaders, it is because, first of all, you have a disciplined man who has disciplined thoughts that leads to disciplined actions and produce results. So work ethics always give you what you give out. The result of it all at the end of the day is, what did you put in? Did you put in the right values? You get the right product. So when you talk about goods that are of low standard, it is the mind that produced the good of low standard. If you give, for example, if you give Julius Berger a road to construct, they have standards. If you give the local contractor that same road to construct, their standards vary. And so the end product varies. So the man at the head is the one who drives the moral ethic narrative of that organization. And once it is skewed in the wrong direction, everything unravels. If it is skewed in the right direction, it is built up.
Good. Sorry, we don't have enough time to talk about this, Mr. Benitier, but thank you very much. So it's all a matter of our values. That is where our ethic will come from.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ovie Benitier, architect and plumbing coach and trainer, who is intent on reviving the reviving artisanship in Nigeria. That's a very good goal, my brother.
Thank you.
Because we don't have those trade schools anymore.
We are ready to partner with organizations, state governments. Let's do skills acquisition right.
Thank you very much.
By introducing work ethics.
Thank you. Sunrise will be right back with the home stretch in just a moment. Stay with us.